Well, I think the peace process is fragile. People regard the peace process, which was very hard earned over very many years by a lot of people, shouldn't regard it as a given. It isn't certain. It is under stress. It is fragile. And although I don't expect it suddenly to collapse because there's a broad consensus that wishes it to continue, I think we have to take care with it and take care that everything we do does not exaggerate the underlying differences that still are there in the Northern Ireland community.
So where do you think this leaves the potential deal between the Conservatives and the DUP?
Well, let me make several points about it. I am concerned about the deal. I am wary about it. I am dubious about it, both for peace process reasons, but also for other reasons as well. That said, all my life I've been a Conservative. I very much want Mrs May to succeed as Prime Minister and to stay as Prime Minister. And I understand why she wishes to shore up her parliamentary position. That is entirely understandable, and I sympathise. But my main concern certainly is the peace process. A fundamental part of that peace process is that the UK government needs to be impartial between all the competing interests in Northern Ireland.
The Good Friday Agreement says the power of the sovereign government with jurisdiction there shall be exercised with rigorous impartiality.
That is entirely right. And that was always the intention right from the start of the negotiations. And the danger is that however much any government tries, they will not be seen to be impartial if they're locked into a parliamentary deal at Westminster with one of the Northern Ireland parties. And you never know in what unpredictable way events will turn out. And we cannot know if that impartiality is going to be crucial at some stage in the future.
So do you think this is potentially in breach of the Good Friday Agreement then?
Well, I think that's for the lawyers to determine. I'm more concerned with the practical implications, that if there are difficulties with the Northern Ireland Executive or with any one of a number of things that might well arise during the Brexit negotiations, it is very important that there is an honest broker. And the only honest broker can be the UK government. And the question arises, if they cease to be seen as such by part of the community in Northern Ireland, then one can't be quite certain how events will unwind. And that worries me a great deal about the peace process.
What do you mean, events unwinding? Are you talking about the prospect of return to the Troubles?
Well, I think that's some way down the road at the present time. But one can certainly see the difficulty in getting the Northern Ireland Executive together. We don't yet know in the Brexit negotiations whether it will be possible to negotiate a soft or no border. I can't see how there will be no border between Northern Ireland and the South, but a soft border.